In our last video, we looked at the teams currently living their glory days. Today, we're looking at the opposite end of the spectrum. These are the sleeping giants, the former mainstays, and the fallen powers. By comparing every team's position in the 24-25 season to their average rank over the last 3 decades, we can see exactly who is sliding down the mountain. I took 30 seasons of league table standings and compared last season's position for the English Premier League and Football League teams and compared them to the last 30 years average to see who has dropped the most. Quick note, this includes just the top 92 of the 24-25 season, hence the lack of Oldham and other former high-flying teams who now sit in non-league. So these are the top 10 underachieving teams in English football. Number 10, Barnsley. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Barnsley. For the vast majority of the last 30 years, Barnsley has been a fixture of the Championship, even enjoying a memorable stint in the Premier League in the late 90s. Because they've spent so much time in the second tier, their current status in League One feels like a significant step down. Statistically, they're sitting 15 places below their 30-year average. While they're still a competitive side, the data shows they're currently operating well below their historical normal. Number 9, Carlisle United. At number 9 we have Carlisle. The Cumbrians have had a volatile 30 years, ranging from the depths of the National League to the height of the 3rd tier. However, their 30-year mean period is bolstered by long periods of stability in the higher reaches of the EFL. Their current position finds them 17 places lower than that long-term average. For a club that spent much of its history as a solid League One or high League Two outfit, the current numbers suggest they're in the midst of a historical slump. Number 8, Reading. Number 8 is a club that was a Premier League regular not that long ago. Reading's 30-year average is incredibly high thanks to a golden era in the 2000s and early 2010s, where they were a consistent top-flight or promotion-chasing championship side. Recent financial struggles and point deductions have seen them tumble down the pyramid. They are currently sitting 17 places below their 30-year average. To see a club of this stature in the 3rd tier is a stark reminder of how quickly the average can change. Number 7, Birmingham City. At number 7 we find one of the biggest names on the list, Birmingham City. For most of the last 3 decades, Birmingham has alternated between the Premier League and the top of the Championship. Their current residency at the top of League One is a statistical shock to the system. Their 24-25 season position is 17 places lower than their 30-year average. Whilst the project under the new ownership is ambitious, the data highlights just how far they dropped from their historical status as one of the top 30 clubs in the country. Number 6, Swindon Town. Moving to number 6, Swindon Town. In the mid-90s, Swindon was a club that hovered around the 2nd and 3rd tiers with regularity. However, the last decade has seen them struggle to maintain that level, but becoming more associated with the bottom of the EFL. Because of those stronger years in the 90s and 2000s, their current standing is 20 places below their 30-year mean. They're a club that the data says should be much higher up the pyramid than they are right now. Number 5, Wigan Athletic. Starting the top 5 is Wigan Athletic. Wigan is a unique case. Their 30-year average is heavily skewed by an incredible 8-year stay in the Premier League and an FA Cup win. For a small club, they maintained an elite level for a long time. Now back in the 3rd tier and dealing with the aftermath of financial instability, they are sitting 21 places below their historical average. The heights they reached were so high that their current reality feels like a massive underachievement by comparison. Number 4, Crewe Alexandra. At number 4 is Crewe Alexandra. Known for their legendary academy, Crewe spent a large chunk of the late 90s and early 2000s punching well above their weight in the Championship under Dario Grady. That sustained success in the second and third tiers created a high 30-year mean. Their current position in League 2 leaves them 22 places below that average. The Crewe model was so successful for so long, their current standing in the fourth tier looks like a significant historical outlier. Number 3, Bolton Wanderers. Taking the bronze medal for underachievement is Bolton Wanderers. This is perhaps the most dramatic fall from grace in the list. 30 years ago, Bolton was a Premier League mainstay and a European competitor under Sam Allardyce. They spent the better part of 2 decades in the top flight. Those years of elite level football mean their 30-year average is much higher than their current League 1 status. They're currently underperforming their mean by 23 places. Number 2, Gillingham. The runner-up in this list is Gillingham. In the early 2000s, Gillingham was a solid Championship side, finishing as high as 11th in the second tier. They spent years being a very difficult team to beat in the second tier. However, the last several seasons have seen them slip to the bottom of the EFL. Because of that historical consistency in the higher leagues, the Gills are currently sitting 27 places below their 30-year average. Number 1, Tranmere Rovers. Finally, the number 1 underachiever in the English football pyramid is Tranmere Rovers. In the mid to late 90s, Tranmere was a powerhouse in the Championship, frequently making playoffs and reaching cup finals. They were a consistent top 30 or top 40 club in England for a long time. Their fall into the National League a few years ago, and their current league position in League 2 has decimated their standing relative to their history. Currently, Tranmere is sitting 27 places below its 30-year mean. The data doesn't lie. Compared to where they've spent the majority of the last 3 decades, Tranmere Rovers is the team currently furthest away from their historical home. Can these giants wake up and return to their average, or is this the new normal, here to stay? Let us know in the comments which team you think will climb back up first. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more data-driven football videos.